God. Hi, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to another episode of Straight to Streaming. And today we're talking about Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scaregiver. God, that's a long title. Which is the second movie of the Rebel Moon franchise, directed by Zack Snyder. And oh dear God, let's start with the plot synopsis. So the plot follows Cora, who is this girl from the first movie. She's got her band of fighters together to fight off the bad Imperium, and that's basically the gist of your story here. This film's really split up into two parts. We have the beginning where they're preparing for the fight, and then we have the fight. And there's also a small part in the movie where we just focus on giving the characters' backstories. That's the general synopsis of the film. And yeah, it's pretty bad. Let's start off with some positives. Positives. This film's soundtrack is pretty good, actually. I really liked the music here. I liked how it was used, and I gave the soundtrack a listen to after the film, and yeah, I relatively enjoyed it. Too bad it's in this movie. Yeah, the rest of this film is... oh, God, where do I start? Yeah, it's a very simple premise that's about an hour too long. The preparation for the battle is so much longer than it needs to be. And as for the characters' backstories, I'll be honest, I kind of liked that bit, but I kind of also felt it was unnecessary because we were told their backstories at the end of the first movie, and I didn't see why we needed to hear it again. Though seeing it was cool, I was glad we got to see them. Just was really confused why we didn't get them in the first movie. Why we had to get it in this one. Not only that, but the characters are still just one note. In fact, they even do a worse job with the characters here, because one of the characters, Gunnar, in the first movie, I actually felt like was an intriguing character. This farmer who's kind of also a rogue. He really isn't a good guy or a fighter, is kind of thrown into this position where he has to become a hero and a fighter to save his people. That was interesting. Too bad in this movie he's just the person who's in love with the main girl. And that's about it. They literally do nothing else with his character, and none of the characters get any further development. In fact, when some of them, not going to tell you which ones, start to die, I really felt nothing, which is really a shame, because when there's character death on screen, I should feel something, but I felt absolutely nothing here. And then we have the visuals. Oh, joy, the visuals. So, you know nothing about Zack Snyder. Let me tell you something. He loves slow-mo. He loves slow-mo. And he uses it in almost every sequence in this film. And it's just why? Why? There are certain sequences that don't need to have slow-mo, and you don't need to use it for every scene in your movie. But Snyder just felt like the need to put it in every scene, and oh boy does it not work. Not only that, but some of the CGI is just so painfully noticeable. At the end of the day, Rebel Moon Part 2 is better than the first movie. I actually didn't like the first movie at all, and at least this film had some stuff going for it. That being said, it's still bad. Really, really bad. I don't think it's awful territory, but it's close. It's really close. I really have no interest in this film series, and I really hope we don't get any more. I'm going to go on a limb here and say we're going to get more of these, but I hope they're better than these past two films have been for us. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scaregiver, a 4 out of 10. It's not awful, but I do not recommend it at all. Anyway, that's my opinion on the film. What What do you think about it if you've seen it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.